as I was talking about during the break here, the first thing that we will do in this attempt for the dungeon is that we will get an disenchantment scroll, and then we will disenchant this dagger here in favor of the life drain dagger here, which I think is slightly better. I'm not sure why I haven't done that earlier, because in my mind that makes a lot of sense. If I have life drain, 10% life drain on every damage that I do, and I think it will count for both weapons, because it's more like a 10% energy drain that gets added to my character more than the weapon itself. Then we will be able to sustain in that final fight that where we died in the previous attempt at the dungeon. I feel like we would have won if I had the life drain to sort of sustain myself. There. And then we got a debate. Do we need another consumable of some type in order to beat that dungeon? Or is this going to be enough? I probably could have done it there if I wasn't unlucky. Or I'm not sure if I was unlucky or played poorly. We could go to the hunter and see if he has something for me. No, he does not. He's not here. Okay. Another healing salve would be nice, and then I think another stack of lockpicks like I talked about. And then we will go. Let me go and sleep on that, I suppose, so we don't have to do this every time I wake up. Hopefully this is the last time, but you never know. And at least it would save some of the grief on the next attempt. There. It's saving. Okay. Once more into the breach, am I right? Oh. Camera is all crooked, like that. You can see outside the green screen. You can see that I'm a real person living in real life and not just a man on a screen. Once more, exactly. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. So pay no attention to the man in front of the green screen. I would like you to believe that I'm actually like a little pixel man, a little AI thing living inside the computer, you know, living inside Stoneshard. We shouldn't break that illusion. Real life? Crooked moon? What about the crooked moon? You're a crooked moon. Oh, the camera was crooked, I see. Every time we go through this tile we have a fight, I think. But I can get a sip. Nope. No chance for a sip for the Keej. Nice. I think that's the first enemy that we have killed with exclusively with throws. So that's kind of funny. Even though it was just a little dog. And a little dog too. And I have also debated with myself, because again I'm my own conversation partner most of the time, whether we should get the disengage or maybe something else. Like the sweep, the leg sweep could be really good for survival. The disengage is obviously really good, and I wanted for the getting into the dash, but since we are gonna wait 3 more levels before I get the dash anyway, we can get the leg sweep, then the disengage, and then the dash, and the leg sweep is great. If not that, it would be nothing here, but a dagger skill maybe? So it would be the double lunge. Which I don't think that this does anything for my build, that it will allow me to do more damage, sure, but what I need is some sort of survival trick. But not survival, they suck. And some sort of survival trick in here. What's the cooldown here? 12. Okay, that's a little bit more than I thought. And the disengage kind of does what the leg sweep will also do, but the leg sweep does it better, just at energy cost. I think I'll do it. Playing catch. Kick the dog. No. Don't kick the animal. Can't wait to see what the sabotage skill tree brings. Probably some trap focus. I think trap crafting will be in sabotage. Yeah, you pointed out yourself, Cecil, there. Yeah. And of course, we are gonna do at least one playthrough focusing entirely on that here. That should be fun. I should not have spent the seize the initiative. I needed to seize his initiative. But then he dashes. Misplay. Oh, the leg sweep, of course, is not guaranteed to do the immobilize thing that we needed to do. Right. Interesting. But it does do a bit of damage as I'm, like, running away from them, so there's that. That's kind of cool, versus the disengage, which doesn't do any damage when I walk backwards. I still think it's the right decision. It's just not as... for some reason in my mind, it was like a 100% chance to do the immobilize thing, and then that's really powerful. Still a high chance, I think. Oh, and I didn't buy more splints now. Okay. I really don't want to do this dungeon a 5th time, but I will if I have to. Can't wait for stealth in game. Yes, of course. There's this really weird... I think they boosted this from the shadows. This one used to do damage, more damage if you were attacking someone who hadn't noticed you, and they reworked that one. Because stealth is not in the game, so it was useless before. And I suspect that they will change it back to the original design when stealth is in the game. And it can do something, you know. But stealth is hard to implement in a game like this, where you try to achieve a sense of realism and also balance. Because there's an easy way to do stealth, of course. You could just, like, do pop an ability and then people can't see you. But going from that into... and then maybe there's a chance every turn that they spot you or something. But from that into where you have that balance that I talked about and all the things, it's a hard, long step, and the realism, probably hard to do at all. So I think that's why they're holding off on it, if I had to guess, anyway. It's kind of stealth thing at the moment, the noise reduction gear and stuff, but it isn't very well fleshed out now. That's exactly it, yeah. If I step away, he's just gonna dash to me, so... Oh, this time I didn't shout. I thought we wouldn't aggro anyone from the back there. Huh. Yeah. But we just aggro everyone. I'm gonna die. Oh, good lord. Alright, let's let you. Ow. I didn't get the Paragoric going. I probably do not have a turn for it here. Doesn't really help. That failed. Not great. Deflect for the win. %. Never had a doubt. Okay. That'd be pretty cool. Did you think it's one of the homies rolling up? Then it's... What if stealth isn't a chance to see, but a chance to play off as one of the NPCs? If you get closer, they have a high chance of seeing you as an enemy. That's pretty clever. I've never considered that that might be a thing. But sure, like, why not? Maybe you can... Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking, are there any complications with this? Because, you know, I like being the naysayer. But no, I think that's a pretty good idea. I'm just... Okay, so then I'm wondering, like, how does that play with the noise reduction? Then you're not... The way I see the noise reduction stat is like you are... Like was pointed out just before, that's kind of the semi-stealth that we have. And when stealth is added, noise reduction would play into stealth, you know, boosting it, making your stealth bigger if you have noise reduction. So that wouldn't work with the disguise mechanic. That doesn't break it, it just makes the noise reduction mechanic not that interesting then. It's a pretty good idea. I like it. Yeah. Let me outplay him a bit like that. We could also have brought a different drug than the Paragoric. It is a bad thing. It doesn't really do anything for me. We just brought it because I found it for free, and so maybe that's part of the reason why we're losing. But if it wasn't that, it would have been Nikkev, and Nikkev would have given me more XP, but it doesn't...
You're a wizard, Harry.
...do anything else. Thank you for that follow, 3D Sword. Is that a play on Sword from Superman being put into a mirror? So he's like 2D, and you're 3D? Or is his name not Sword? That's pretty interesting. I think that's it, if I had to guess. But that's spelled differently, isn't it? Sword. Can't remember what it's called, but there was a game that took advantage of faction uniforms so you could blend in and snoop around. That's Hitman. I know it's not the one you meant, but Hitman kind of does that. It's just because I had to put something in front of Sword. Okay, fair enough. Another game that did that. Mechanic with the disguises. I feel like you're right, but what game was that? It's like it rings a bell and it's right on the tip of the tongue. But I guess I can't remember. Ah, got him. Okay. Man, I'm just failing everything. Watch this guy just kill me. Because I can't hit anything. Ridiculous. The life drain is doing a little bit. It's not really as significant as I had hoped. It's an adventure game set in the 18-ish Europe. Elves and stuff. Not Commandos then, no. That's right, Commandos did it too. Oh man, I played the hell out of Commandos. When I had back in the day when there weren't any other games to play and I only had like my first PC, I got my hand on Commandos. That's right. Oh, that game. That was so hard. But so cool. God damn. I have that Commandos like game. I have the cowboy one. I've played that one a lot too, and now I have that Chinese one. And I was thinking about doing a YouTube series with the Chinese one. That could be really fun. I forget what it's called. Yeah, no, I don't remember. I completely forgot I had that. Yeah. It's like an older game now, so it's not like anyone would watch it to watch that game, but it could just be a fun thing for me. Oh, I forgot he has a 2-side swing. Maybe if we die again, I gotta stop playing, because clearly I'm not, like, paying fully attention either. Like, I'm not sure what it is. I thought I was so fresh today, but my mind is just everywhere else but inside the game. It seems. Commandos behind enemy lines, yes. Goated, greatest of all time, yeah. God damn, that was such a good game. Hype. The good old days, man. Sitting at my father's house while he sat at the other computer, and we didn't talk to each other, but I sat there playing games, and I think he was playing Solitaire on his. And we had music on in the background, and I sat there playing Commandos. Good times. Not because we didn't talk to each other, but that was just me being a teenager, I think. And my father wasn't very demanding in that kind of stuff. He just accepted it and was there, which is a positive thing. He's not going to be able to do his thing, so let's just do like that. Good. I am going to die again. Here's a trick that I don't know if works. If I put a trap here, he will 100% see it and try to disarm the trap. If I close the door, then put the trap behind the door, he should not be able to see that trap being set up. At least, that's the theory. Where's my daggers? I can't throw anything at him either. He did not see the trap being set up. Nice. Okay. We have fixed the injuries. Now we make a choice. Do we fight or do we run? Probably run a little bit until I have recovered the health. Oh, that's right. We gotta have him hit into the thing, and then we keep running until I have deflect again, then we deflect again, and now we let him come in. We'll do this as initiative. And we shouldn't leg sweep on him, because he's just going to hit me at range 2. So we just fire him. And he broke my other leg. And I have no more stuff to fix that kind of thing. Why is my... Oh. Because I didn't bring the extra splint. Too many games focused on stealth in-game being invisible or not seen, but I think IRL stands about blending in with the people or environment. Oh, like Assassin's Creed kind of does a little bit. So I think Stoneshard having a stealth system that's close to IRL would be nice. You know what? I'm warming up to the idea. I think it's really a cool take on stealth. I still have the Behind Enemy Lines CD. Oh, really? Okay. I threw mine out a long time ago, but it will forever live on in my heart. Stealth is usually just use this ability to go invisible and have X amount of stealth to pass the check. Exactly. Greedfall. Okay, I don't know that one at all. Interesting. Well, like I know all games that ever existed. But I could consider myself, you know, a connoisseur of games, if you will. So, And stealth games in particular are a favorite of mine, because I think stealth, well, the short take on it is that stealth games are really hard to pull off. Like where you make stealth, as you point out, Smoking Blaze, it's hard to make a stealth game that is interesting. So good stealth games, for me, are super important to the, well, to just the gaming in general. Like, anyone who can pull off stealth in a good way, we should really honor them. That sounds so fancy, but I do mean that. Like, it's pretty important whenever someone can pull off stealth in a good way. I really respect that. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, this is kind of bad. Takes him 7 turns to be ready with that ability again. So I think a leg sweep is worth it, because it's 17 damage, which he doesn't get to retaliate on. And then he comes in and we hit him. So I actually didn't take leg sweep because it does damage, but the damage is more than I thought it would be. So yeah, it's not that bad. I'm gonna run outside here. Do you know the first ever game? I think I don't remember the name of it. It was like a roguelike, right? And then I looked at it at some point. Now I can't remember. But you're welcome to bring it up and talk about it if you know it. Or maybe it's that I knew the first ever roguelike. Please tell me you are in love with your new PC. How did Warhammer... I am in love with the new PC. It is amazing. And how did Warhammer play? It plays like a dream. A dream. I'm trying to think of the proverb that you would use in English, not the Danish one. I thought the first ever game was Pong. Is it? Maybe I'm thinking about the first ever roguelike game. There's a specific game that I forget. And that was just called Rogue, that's right. So that was probably just the first ever roguelike, not the first ever game. Okay. Are we ready? Yeah. As ready as we will ever be. Let me pick up this peasant hatchet. We'll need it later. It's a surprise tool that we will need later. He's going to seize initiative on me. And I failed to take it back. So now we will leg sweep. And wait for that to come off cooldown. And now we will use this surprise tool that I talked about there. And then now he's going to come out of immobilize. We'll throw the net on him, keep him at bay. Okay. Then we will pick up the peasant hatchet, step away from him so we have a turn reaction after he comes out of the net. There, we got a hit on him. Nice, good. 5 turns until siege initiative is ready again. And there. Now I've built myself into a corner here, but I think we will beat him now. His siege initiative will also be ready again, of course. That's kind of interesting. I think he will do his regardless, so... Yes, he reapplied it, then we take it back. But I failed again! Oh my god. Stoneshard, why? God damn it. Well, I'm not gonna get the siege initiative now. That's so dumb. Or it's just unlucky, really. That's the word. Yeah, whatever. I can't get away from him anymore. Okay, I can beat him. Maybe I was wrong. Everything's fine. He broke my hand, so now we gotta apply healing salve. And the short story here is that if we run out of medical supplies, then we are going to go back to Manshire and resupply. Tetris is the first ever video game, really? Okay. Have you rock and stone out on the new PC? I have not. I have not played that game for a while. As we talked about a bit earlier, I'm a little bit... I think I just played it too much. So I'm not like... Whenever I play it, I feel like I've been here for 100 times before. No matter how new they try to make things. So, can I do this at all? We will gosh darn try. So, block, and I will have to take the next hit here. Like a boss. But then I might as well step towards him, because then I get an attack after the fact at least. And he missed. Good. He immobilized me. 6 turns and he's bleeding. Okay, so I will immobilize him. He fixes the bleeding, that's fine. He's still bleeding, okay. Because fixing the bleeding is an ability that he used, so he got bleeding from fixing the other bleeding. Isn't that funny? That must have been what happened. That's cool. Nice. Okay. Poor guy, yeah. Well, I don't feel sorry for him. I've had my ass kicked in this dungeon for too many times. No remorse, no mercy. Oh, I misclicked. So I guess a little mercy, I suppose, from Keejchen just pushing the wrong buttons. This is the guy that broke my back the last time we fought him. So let's play it cool. Here he comes. No, that triggered the trap again, so now I think my claw trap is broken. God damn it. The trap was already triggered though, that's kind of dumb. I'm getting fatigued on this dungeon, man. I can feel it. Ow. Good. Cut his hand while bandaging himself. Yeah. It's more like the bleeding is so big that while you're moving around trying to bandage it, you're also moving around, so you're opening the wound on yourself. Right? At least that's how I interpret that ability. It's like a... Yeah, I forget what it's called when you have that type of wound, where it doesn't... Not only does it not stop bleeding, but it makes it worse whenever you move. Like, there's a specific word for it. Well, a gaping wound is satisfactory as describing it, I suppose. We will read this book, but probably not even bring it. It's not worth it. This Donko has been a doozy, yeah. I mean, it's still... I think it's cool. But doing it for the 4th time now, not super cool. But it's probably mostly my fault, you know, let's be honest. Although I think the last death wasn't really... I don't feel like I did anything wrong, it's just that I guess my build can't handle it. Let's drop one spear here. A hemorrhaging wound, that's right. That's the kind of thing that I was going for anyway. And I think there's just few enough enemies in this dungeon that I can't level up while doing it either. Is he gonna come up here? I think he is. So let's go down and face him. Okay, let's try to come over again this way. And let's see if we can beat this now. Yeah, last time I opened the door there was 3 enemies right here. Now there's not. But that guy barks and then all of a sudden half the dungeon is aggroed. That's our problem here. Throwing the daggers here, maybe that's a mistake. Oh, I'm getting us killed here. Kill the dog, then run. No mercy. Okay, he didn't throw the net. Okay. I don't want to do this again. Okay, something happened there. Pretty sure... No, he did have line of sight to me, I suppose. Okay. Whatever. Tit for tat. That's a nice way to go about this, I think. So let's come up here now, pick up that hatchet. Now we will fight them in this corridor, but we have the door right there, so I can get out. He's going to dash. Unless I step up here. No, he might still dash here, and that's fine. Let me throw... Never mind. Again here, You want to break a... Oh, he didn't get immobilized. Okay. Throw a dagger in this guy's face. Quick save. It's funny because it's not possible in this game. Those axe guys are brutal, yeah. So we are out of food. And out of splints now also, of course. And so I am fairly sure that we will not get to the boss. Oh, there's another one behind me here. Okay. More dogs. Okay. What the dog doing? We will end up going back to Manshire before the boss anyway. So I think we do it after the current fight. It'll also be nice, you know, having made some progress on this dungeon and then going back and saving that. Imagine playing this dungeon on permadeath. How would I have even done it? We would... Here comes the boss. No. God damn it. Okay. Do I think that we can take the boss with the smoke bomb? And we might even net him. I can fix up my body a little bit here before we go into the fight. Not a lot. Okay. What does your cursed armor do? Energy drain. Unholy resistance and energy. Permadeath is the base of this game. It's also interesting, but I get what you're saying. People have been telling me to turn off permadeath forever. But there are some viewers that don't want to watch it if I don't play permadeath. And so I think I was like giving into the pressure of that for a long time. But I think most of them realized at some point that it was kind of boring watching me die all the time. At least that's what turned it around for me, personally. Here, throw the net on him, then a potion of suffering to give him some pain here. And then a spear to the face. Okay. And then we have done what we can. Now we will face him as he comes at us. Yeah, seize the initiative first. Then he is going to do probably flurry, but I'm gonna give him gaping wounds regardless here. Yeah, the flurry, it's nice to counter that with the deflect because it gives me a ton of blocked attacks, so then I get a really high amount of counter chance. That also works with this one. And there's no reason not to do leg sweep. Not sure what he's doing there. He's really hating on that bed. Some pathfinding issues. Okay. We have once again killed the boss in the dungeon, and now we are going to go back to the town. so that we don't die after that, making that progress. You can grind out level or relative safety, but that's also boring. That's part of my point. I'm well aware that there's a way to play Stoneshard where you never die. Like, you're never in any danger. You could just go farm, you know, birds for 60 hours.
You're a wizard, Harry.
You would never die. And we would be level 5 before we do the first dungeon, and then be well ahead of the curve. But as you point out, that's also boring. So, like, it's a difficult balance to strike. I'm trying to play Stoneshard as it was intended. Let's put it that way, right? The balancing it on the knife's edge between unplayable and fun, right? And sometimes we do a little bit of farming or a little bit of a side trip in order to try to get some XP or something, so that we're not that far behind the curve. But we're trying to play Stoneshard as it was intended. Why don't I? We're gonna come back to the dungeon. So I'll drop the stuff that I want to use in the dungeon. And then we will grab just some stuff to sell, so that we make some money from this. Like, just pick up stuff here. It's not gonna be worth a lot of money. Might not even be worth the trouble here. The crude longsword there is worth some money. Okay, so apparently the Paragoric aftermath will make me fall asleep from time to time. Isn't that fun? So yeah, let's go back to town and hope not to find any battles on the way back to town, eh? I have a feeling that could backfire a bit. Okay. Fun. Oh, here's a splint. Ah, we did have another splint. I see. Just wanted some quick loot, and then we'll go back to town now, sell some stuff, come back here fully rested and well supplied to take out the rest of the enemies. Can't believe this guy has an armor stat. That's very fair. So I mean, the player can also wear armor that gives you 0 protection. And it will have durability, and you can destroy it, and it'll do some other things. So probably that headpiece of his gives him like one protection on the head, something like that. Maybe he's wearing a belt. That's not considered armor, so no. So he's probably just wearing the hat if I had to stat him out, and that does count as armor, so therefore he gets an armor stat, right? But it won't do much for him. I'm pretty sure that for all intents and purposes, the enemies, they follow the exact same equipment rules that we do. So every enemy that you see will have been given one of the pieces of equipment that we can find. It's just that they don't have the drop rate on them. They don't drop the armor for us to carry. Oh, there's a grave here. Oh my god. Never using the Paragoric again. No, if not for the fact that it doesn't do anything, this is just super annoying. So it's like one of those drops that make you super sleepy, I suppose. You can check risks on HC2 price for failing is higher, but so is feeling of overcoming your fears. What does HC means? Playing Stoneshard as intended is dying a lot. Yeah. Oh, hardcore, I see. Yeah. Price for failing is higher. Well, price for failing is starting over with the run. So higher is right. Maybe, yeah. Gives a little insight to what it's like living in with narcolepsy. I had a friend with that. He died. So I don't have a friend with narcolepsy. I literally had a friend with it. I don't have one anymore. He died. Not of narcolepsy, by the way. But, yeah. It was kind of funny. He would fall asleep at parties and stuff, and then we just had to accept that he was out for the night. And sometimes he was just out for 5 minutes, and then he would come back and be like, what happened? Sometimes he would just be out for, like, the night. That was sort of like... People die, what can I do? I fell asleep while I was asleep. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to turn it dark. He was a great friend, and you know, we had a good time together. He knew for a long time. He had cancer, so he knew for a long time that it was over, and we made the best of it. And then now, it's kind of weird that he isn't here anymore. But you know, it's it is what it is. I'm sorry for bringing it up. Life isn't all sugar and honey. I'm sorry, guys. Let's go to the smithy. Not talk about people trying to me. Yeah, maybe now I'm kind of regretting it. Does a narcoleptic sleep like if you fell asleep for the night? That's what it's just like. For him, it felt kind of random. So I didn't pry on it. Like it was just a thing. Dark humor. He would have loved me joking about it. So I think it would put it to shame if I was ashamed of talking about it. He taught me many things, that man. He was like 12 years older than me, so he wasn't like a young guy anymore when he died. I think he was 42, so still young, to be fair. But yeah. We don't have to talk about dead people here. But yeah. I just thought it was funny because normally when I say I had a friend, it means... usually it's just a friend that I don't talk to that much anymore, or, you know, it was a childhood friend or something. In this case, I literally had a friend and lost him. So it's like different. But maybe it's just funny in my mind, not anyone else's. That happens a lot, I think. I will chuckle at little things that sound funny inside my head, but my head is also really weird. The bottle of oil and the pelt. What is this? Right, food. I should really get this drunk. Some cases are more serious than others. Yeah, for the narcolepsy, exactly. And I never really figured out how it worked for him. But it was kind of funny. Sometimes he knew it was coming, and he would just go like, I'm gonna be out for a little while. Wake me up if something interesting happens. He said that at least once, and then he just like sat down on a couch and fell asleep. he could like feel it coming. Yeah, I'm gonna be out for a while. See you later. And then it's perfect. Really funny guy. Perfect humor. It's kind of hard to translate into English, I think. But yeah.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Thank you, Brutalano, for the follow.